Welcome to the Marie-Louise Trichet Gallery at Wisdom House here in Litchfield, Connecticut. We're here to welcome you into a new world that has been created by the artist Elisabeth Moss. The title of Elisabeth's exhibit, which is now in the Marie-Louise Trichet Gallery, is Inviting the Great Dance, Paintings on the Path of Letting Go. These paintings and these collages that are on exhibit will give you an opportunity to get an insight into the artist, into her experience of the divine, and invite you into this dance that takes place in everyone's heart in different ways. The exhibit opens on October 15th with an artist talk at 3:30, and the exhibit will be here in the gallery at Wisdom House until December 10. So welcome to the dance.
Hi, I'm Elisabeth Moss, and these are my paintings in the Marie-Louise Trichet Gallery. A brief history, I grew up in a family of artists. My father was a successful commercial illustrator. My mother is a decorator and a designer and a previous gallery owner. My sister's a writer and my brother is a sculptor. I went to the Rhode Island School of Design about 40 years ago, and from there I followed what I consider not a particularly traditional path for a painter. I became a massage therapist, and I began to develop my own kind of creative voice outside of the eye of showing in galleries, and was very important to me to express from my own voice, and for me the best way to do that was probably in solitude. This painting here is called Chrysalis, and one of the things that feels true, pretty consistent about my paintings is that I really don't usually know the title until the painting has come into itself. And the other honest thing I can say about most of my work is that I don't really know, once the painting is finished, I can't tell you where it started, because a lot of my paintings start with some kind of simple shape or a particular feeling. A lot of my paintings go through phases of bowls, circular symbols. A lot of them are very archetypally what would be considered spiritual. So, often leaf shapes, beads and dots. And this profile face is a theme that comes up over and over again in my work. And the main thing with my painting is that I really never intended for the images to come as they do. They just seem to come through me. So I didn't even intend to be a channel, but that is sort of what I do. And the main way that I work is through following an intuition. It's a kind of a felt sense where it entails really letting go of even finishing a piece or where it's going. I mean, I like to finish pieces, but it's, which also relates to the title of this show, Inviting the Great Dance, Paintings on the Path of Letting Go. I mean, there's so much about creativity that involves letting go. And as I let go, what I consider for me beautiful images or mysterious shapes and forms and colors come together in ways that if I had calculated or planned it, I could never have done that. So, so I really have come over the years to rely more and more on the simplicity of just showing up and, getting the brush in my hand and starting on something, even when I'm not really in the mood. It's kind of like an old pump, when you're pumping water from a well. And, at first, if the pump is rusty and the water doesn't come out so good, but in time, if you stay with it, there's this flow, and that's what creativity is like for me. So, this particular painting, probably has signature qualities that are in a lot of my work, which are these kind of combed lines. There's a little tool. And for me, they kind of represent energetic lines. Again, this is not an intellectual thing. They just seem to come. And it's usually after the painting is complete and I look at it, I might have a sense that it could talk to me or there's something that it has to say. But I didn't know that ahead of time. I'm really, truly led by, just following these shapes and colors. And I do have, a deep intuitive love for colors and forms. Materials that I use pretty consistently are collage materials, which collage materials are anything from paper in old journals, magazines, fabric, anything I can glue down, decorative papers at the art store, and acrylic paint. Those are and that just kind of evolved that way. And the way the materials, one of the sort of trademark that I didn't intend when I create is that because they go through a process of change, almost like, even though it's two-dimensional, it's kind of sculptural, because due to the changing and painting over things or collaging over things, there can be a sense of a ghost or a leftover from a previous piece of collage that was painted over. So there's kind of a layering effect. And again, this is sort of an unintended effect, but it seems to be sort of a signature of what happens in my process.